The 2024 presidential election is more than just a contest for power, it's a crossroads for America, a pivotal moment that will define the nation's trajectory for years to come. The choices made in November will resonate for generations, shaping the nation's course on everything from economic policy and healthcare to climate change and foreign relations. Each vote cast will be a voice in the ongoing dialogue about what America stands for and where it is headed. The very soul of American democracy feels at stake, as trust in institutions erodes and political polarization deepens. The divisions are stark, and the debates are fierce, reflecting a nation grappling with its identity and future. With so much hanging in the balance, the eyes of the world are fixed on the United States, watching and waiting to see which path the nation will choose. The global community understands that America's decisions will have far-reaching implications. The political climate is electric, charged with a potent mix of anxiety, hope, and uncertainty. People from all walks of life are engaged, their emotions running high as they contemplate the future. The incumbent president, Joe Biden, faces an uphill battle for re-election. His administration's policies and decisions are under intense scrutiny. His approval ratings remain stubbornly low, weighed down by economic headwinds and a pervasive sense of national unease. The challenges are significant and the public's confidence is wavering. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump looms large over the Republican Party, his intentions for 2024 still shrouded in calculated ambiguity. His influence is undeniable, and his potential candidacy adds another layer of complexity to the political landscape. As the campaign season kicks into high gear, one thing is abundantly clear. The stakes have never been higher. The outcome of this election will shape the future of America and its role in the world. On the anniversary of the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan, former President Donald Trump seized the opportunity to deliver a pointed message. Speaking to the National Guard Association, Trump intertwined themes of national security, leadership, and American strength, drawing a stark contrast between his administration and that of President Biden. By positioning himself as a staunch advocate for the armed forces, Trump sought to rekindle the image of strength and decisiveness that characterized his presidency. The specter of the Afghanistan withdrawal hangs heavy over the Biden administration, and Trump has repeatedly sought to exploit this vulnerability. His speech served as a potent reminder of this narrative, a carefully crafted attempt to reignite doubts about Biden's leadership. The withdrawal of American troops from Afghanistan in August 2021 remains a deeply polarizing event. For many, it stands as a stark symbol of American decline, a humbling reminder of the limits of military power. The images of desperate Afghans clinging to departing planes and the tragic loss of American lives in a suicide bombing at Kabul's airport fuel a sense of national unease. The Biden administration has defended its handling of the withdrawal, emphasizing the need to end America's longest war. However, these arguments have done little to quell the chorus of criticism from both sides of the aisle. The chaotic evacuation efforts sparked a humanitarian crisis, with thousands of Afghan allies left stranded. The ethical and moral dilemmas raised by the withdrawal continue to reverberate, prompting a reassessment of America's global responsibilities. Faced with relentless criticism over the Afghanistan withdrawal, the Biden administration faces an uphill battle in reframing its foreign policy record. With the 2024 election looming, Biden must convince a skeptical public that his administration has learned from past mistakes. One key hurdle is overcoming the perception that his administration was caught flat-footed by the rapid collapse of the Afghan government. To counter this narrative, Biden must acknowledge the mistakes made and articulate a clear set of lessons learned. Beyond addressing the specific failures of the Afghanistan withdrawal, Biden must also articulate a broader vision for American foreign policy that resonates with a public weary of endless wars. Vice President Kamala Harris has emerged as a central figure in the 2024 election. Her role goes beyond that of a traditional running mate. She is a powerful voice in her own right. Harris's campaign appearances are characterized by a blend of charisma, empathy, and a no-nonsense approach. Her ability to connect on a personal level has made her a valuable asset in the Biden campaign's efforts to rebuild trust. As the first woman, black person, and person of South Asian descent to serve as vice president, she brings a unique perspective to the role. Her voice is particularly powerful when addressing issues such as racial justice, economic inequality, and reproductive rights. Harris's presence on the campaign trail is a constant reminder of the historic nature of the Biden-Harris ticket. The selection of a running mate is often seen as a strategic decision. In the 2024 election, the vice presidential picks of both major parties have taken on added significance. On the Democratic side, Vice President Kamala Harris will be joined by Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. Walz's background as a former high school teacher and his focus on issues such as education and healthcare are seen as assets. The Republican ticket features Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, known for his fiery rhetoric and populist message. The contrasting styles and backgrounds of Walz and Vance highlight the stark choices facing American voters in 2024. As the 2024 election cycle intensifies, all eyes are on a handful of key battleground states. These states will play a pivotal role in determining the outcome of the election. Among the most closely watched states is Pennsylvania, a perennial swing state with a rich history of close elections. Its 20 electoral votes are highly coveted by both parties. Its diverse electorate makes it a microcosm of the nation's political divide. From urban centers to rural areas, the varied demographics reflect the broader national landscape. Another crucial battleground is Arizona, a state that has trended increasingly Democratic in recent elections. The state's 11 electoral votes are now more competitive than ever. The growing Latino population has shifted the political landscape, making it a top target for both parties. Their influence could be the deciding factor in a close race. In the Midwest, the state of Wisconsin will be fiercely contested with its history of narrow margins. The state's 10 electoral votes are critical for any path to victory. Beyond these key states, several others, including Georgia, Michigan, and North Carolina, are also considered to be in play. Each of these states has its own unique political dynamics and voter concerns. The battle for the White House will be won and lost in these battleground states, where every vote will count. The candidates will need to focus their efforts and resources to sway undecided voters and secure their path to victory. While the race for the White House dominates the headlines, the battle for control of the United States Senate is equally crucial. The Democrats currently hold a razor-thin majority, making every Senate race a high-stakes contest. The 2024 Senate map presents both opportunities and challenges for both parties. Democrats are hoping to defend their vulnerable incumbents in states like Arizona, Montana, and Ohio. Republicans are seeking to regain control of the chamber by defending their incumbents and targeting vulnerable Democratic seats. The outcome of the Senate races will have far-reaching consequences for the balance of power in Washington. Beyond the horse race coverage, the 2024 election will be shaped by a complex interplay of policy issues that will influence the direction of the country for years to come. The economy is likely to be a dominant issue, with voters looking for solutions to rising inflation, economic inequality, and job security. Many are concerned about the cost of living and the availability of well-paying jobs. Healthcare remains a top concern, particularly in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has highlighted the strengths and weaknesses of the current healthcare system. The debate over the Affordable Care Act is likely to resurface, with Democrats pushing to expand access to affordable healthcare, while Republicans may seek to reform or replace it. Climate change has emerged as a defining issue, particularly for younger generations who are increasingly concerned about the future of the planet and the impact of environmental policies. The candidates' positions on climate change and their plans for reducing greenhouse gas emissions will be closely scrutinized as voters demand more action on renewable energy and sustainability. Social justice issues, including racial justice, LGBTQ+ rights, and women's rights, have taken center stage in recent years, reflecting a broader societal push for equality and fairness. The candidates' positions on these issues and their commitment to equality will be closely watched, as voters seek leaders who will champion civil rights and social justice. The 2024 election will be a referendum on the progress made on social justice issues and the direction the country will take in addressing these critical concerns. Voters will be looking for candidates who can unite the nation and drive meaningful change. In the tapestry of American democracy, every vote is a thread, interwoven with countless others to form the fabric of the nation's collective will. The 2024 election serves as a potent reminder of the power of the people to shape their own destiny. The act of voting transcends mere participation. It is an affirmation of belief in the democratic process. In an era often characterized by political polarization, it is more important than ever to remember that every vote carries weight. The power to shape the future lies not in the hands of the few, but in the hands of the many. As the 2024 election cycle unfolds, the path ahead is fraught with uncertainty. The nation stands at a crossroads, grappling with complex issues and facing a political landscape characterized by division and distrust. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, there is also a sense of anticipation, a recognition that this pivotal moment holds the potential for transformative change. The outcome of the election will depend on a myriad of factors, from the state of the economy to the candidate's ability to connect with voters. The campaign trail will be a battleground of ideas, a testing ground for policies, and a stage for the candidates to make their case to the American people. The choices we make in 2024 will determine the course of the nation for years to come.